Hi everyone, it's Colette with Organizing by Oz, and welcome to week 2 of Ask an Organizer series. This week we're going to be talking about sewing spaces, craft areas, and shared space and shared rooms. So how do we manage shared spaces? But first, for those of you who joined me last week, I would love to hear how the closet organizing tips helped you. Share your comments below in terms of your wins that you had this week, as I like to call them. What were your 15-minute organizing or Oz Jobs successes? And share them below. So last week we also talked about my organizing tip sheet. If you missed receiving it, please email me at hello@organizingbyoz.com and I'll be happy to send you my free organizing closet tip sheet. If you are looking for ideas on how to get your closet organized or redesigned, please go to my Pinterest page under Organizing by Oz and click the Closet Organization board. You will also find a lot of other boards per room. So this week, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about sewing, craft, and shared spaces. So thank you, Trina, for last week's suggestion. And if you have a suggestion for future topics that you'd like to ask questions about, please leave your comment below, as I'd be happy to set that up for the following week. So let's get started on how to organize our shared spaces. The very first question you need to be asking when you're thinking about shared space is, what is the purpose of this shared space? So many of my clients have sewing, craft, game, and or home office, workout area, or bedroom as their shared spaces. So when you're thinking about how often a person is going to be staying in a guest room, for example, is there going to be a bed and a dresser there? Is there going to be room for your sewing table and craft area? Or are you going to be using the space for games, for family game night, or as your home office and the sewing craft area? So there's lots of great ideas to help you get started. First of all, again, think of the space and the functionality. So when you're crafting or doing sewing projects, what kind of machines are you using? How much space does it take? And how much room do you need to store the items that you're using? So for example, are you someone that has a lot of cloth? Are you someone who does a lot of crafting with small things? Are you someone who does sewing projects and needs like the ironing table, a hard surface area to be able to cut your projects on? Or are you a scrapbooker? Or are you a needlepoint person and need a good light system? So all of those things you need to kind of think about before you design your shared space. Second big tip is, what is your budget? And are you looking for just a functional space that doesn't need to look pretty? Or are you wanting a space that looks really beautiful and everything's aligned and everything is organized and the same kind of shapes in terms of boxes and storage? So once you kind of figure out what your style is, then you're ready to kind of get going on that shared space. Now again, think of the other side of the space and who is going to be using it. So you are going to be using your sewing and craft area. However, are your kids going to be using the homework or the home office area to do their homework on the computer? Or is your partner or yourself needing that home office space in a separate location? So are you going to have your computer set up with your storage areas for the home office, such as filing cabinets, a printer, fax? Not many people use fax machines anymore, but kind of think about the larger items that you're going to be needing in that space. Another great space saver is using the closet. I think that closet doors are such a waste of space, personally. So if you are ready to get rid of your closet door and actually use the space inside your closet that usually has some nice shelving already built in, or it's a custom closet system that usually is built in, see if you can use some of that to store your paper products, to store your craft supplies. There's so many nice bins that you can use that are clear, and you can label them so that you know exactly where to find your crafting. And on the other side of your closet, you can actually use all your home office supplies such as paper, toner, pens, paper, all of those things. If your children are using this area as well as maybe their homework station to do their projects on, give them a space in the closet as well. And if you're looking for some great shared space ideas, go to my Pinterest page under Organizing by Oz and click either sewing, craft rooms, or closets. Again, closet spaces or unique storage areas. You're going to find a whole bunch of great ideas and pictures on how to use your closet as a home office, for example, or as a space for all of your crafting. So I hope that those have been really helpful in terms of how to get that shared space happening for either your home office or your workout area or that sewing and craft area. If you found this video series helpful, I would love to read your comments below. If you have any questions you'd want to ask an organizer like myself, please feel free to write your comments below, as I'd be happy to answer them. And again, I hope that this has been helpful, and I look forward to chatting with you next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Please feel free to send me an email on what your comments or what your projects or topics that you would find most helpful in getting your home or space organized. So I work with lots of families and I help them get systems in place to maintain their space. I work with individuals, professionals, a lot of people with health issues that are finding it really challenging to have the energy to kind of keep things up to date. So if you think that a series on how to get those 15-minute Oz jobs set up once your space is decluttered and functional, I'd be happy to do a 10-minute series on how to set up a maintenance system for you and your family. Or if you live alone, I have lots of great tips as well on, again, those 15-minute Oz jobs that you can do every day so it doesn't seem so overwhelming. So I'm waiting and seeing if you have any other questions before I sign off for tonight. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and I look forward to again seeing you next week. I hope you found this little video super helpful. And again, I'd love to hear your wins. What have your organizing wins been? Because just starting is a win. And organizing isn't about throwing everything out. Organizing is about looking at the things around you and making sure that they're functioning for you and earning their square footage. Because remember, your stuff does not pay you rent, and you still have to pay your mortgage or your rent based on the square footage that it's taking. So let's think about how to increase the functionality of your spaces. And one of those pieces is, how do you do those shared functioning spaces? So again, I hope that tonight's topics have been really helpful. Hi, Tamara. Thanks for joining. And if you have any other questions about last week's episode on your closet organizing tips, again, feel free to email me and I'll share my tip sheet with you. Again, go to my Pinterest board under Organizing by Oz. I have so many boards there that give you great ideas on how to organize your spaces. So until next week, have an amazing time, and I look forward to hearing what your wins have been. Until next time, bye for now.